So guys, new fragrances are getting launched literally every day, so my question is, can we get enough? Seriously, I'm asking you, are you excited when a new fragrance pops up, or you are overwhelmed? I'm definitely one of those people who is always looking forward to try out something new. I love smelling new stuff, and today I'm back with yet another top list. This time I got for you 12 brand new fragrance launches. So if you would like to find out more about them, please make sure to keep on watching. But before we get started, I would like to ask those of you who are here for the first time to subscribe to my channel, because I'm really excited to see my channel growing. And you guys, your thumbs up really help to get my videos out there. So please do all of that. And once you're done with that, we can get started. Hello and welcome everyone. Today I'm here to inform you about top 12 brand new niche designer indie fragrance launches that seemed like something worth attention. So without any further ado, let me tell you about the first one, because probably we'll get access to it because it's a designer flanker which is called Idole Nectar. So Idole is this ultra thin perfume by Lancome that was released a couple of years ago. The face behind it is Zendaya, who is also ultra slim. So that aside, the fragrance itself is quite rosy. It's like a sheer floral fragrance for, you know, like younger ladies, or just ladies who love fragrances in that style. But I've never been into this line. It just seemed to be like meh for me, you know, like that feeling when the fragrance smells nice but not more. However, with this new release, I think they decided to, you know, twist things, because first of all, the notes are so cool. In there we have triple rose in the top, so there are no citruses, there are no fruity notes, there is no of this pear accord that we got in previous Idols. I was just spacing there on the name, but there are 3 different roses. There is grass rose, there is Turkish rose, and some other kind of rose. So apparently the opening is going to be very floral, very rosy, and I like that. If the rose accord is not going to be sheared out, you know, watered down, I hope it's going to be like maybe a true rose. But I believe this is going to be a gourmand take on Idole, because in the center there is popcorn, there is caramel, and in the base there is vanilla. You guys, first of all, popcorn reminds me of Pure Excess by Basilic. I just did not like that fragrance, on which I have a review and some hateful comments, but that was just my opinion, not my cup of tea. But I love popcorn and I love its scent, and I don't know if it's gonna be realistic in Idole or not. Probably it's not gonna be like you're sitting in the cinema, that kind of experience, because it's still like, you know, a French elegant fragrance for the ladies. But I think the sweetness is gonna be very much present just because of caramel and vanilla, and there are no other notes listed. So since I love a well done gourmand fragrance, and I want this one to smell a bit different than the rest of the line, and the bottle is actually something that is worth to be in the collector's collection. I think I will be looking forward to smell it, and once I see it, I will definitely give it a try. So let me know if you would like to see my in-depth review on it, maybe comparing it to the rest of all Idols that are out there. By the way, let me know how you feel about this line. So with that being said, that was a flanker. Now, I'm definitely that person who gets excited when there is like a new pillar fragrance release. You know, not just a flanker, not just like a limited edition of an existing fragrance. I want something new. And I was so excited the minute I saw this one, because not only it looks pretty, not only because it sounds at least mysterious, but also because it's from the brand that hasn't launched anything new like in years, and I'm talking about Viktor and Rolf. So you guys, you might know their Bonbon perfume looks super pretty, their bottles are amazing, and the previous fragrance, which was Flower Bomb, I believe, and I've even had a bottle of that one when I was in high school in Germany. So now they came out with good fortune, and it looks like literally a Sailor Moon's fragrance. I haven't watched that, comics, but I know how she looks, and the minute I saw this bottle, like in crystal, I just thought of her. So anyway, the bottle is beautiful. Once again, it has like crystal cap, and the juice is purple, so very, like cosmic, very fantasy, anime. I don't know, that's just like my association. However, like this is probably the most exciting looking new release and the least exciting when it comes to the nose breakdown, which is very poor, but it leaves space for imagination because there are only 2 notes and they are jasmine with vanilla. So I'm very picky with my jasmines, you know that, so I'm excited for this fragrance, but if the jasmine is going to be done wrong in there, I won't buy it. Although, who knows, who am I kidding? Should I get it? Let me know that. But with that being said, now let's move on to something that I'm ready to blind buy. Seriously, I experienced that line once when I was in Hamburg, if I'm not wrong, and I loved literally every single fragrance of them. Some of them I want to take with me. I couldn't, but I wanted to. And Boho Boko, if I'm not mispronouncing its name, is just like a great line of fragrances, and they added 2 new ones to their existing collection, one of which is just like a fragrance of my dream, at least when I look at the notes, and it is called Wet Cherry Liqueur or liqueur. So anyway, there is of course note of cherry with liqueur. There is caramel, once again a caramel, like in the Idol. There's also rose, like in the Idol, but there is something that all today's fragrances are missing, and that is strawberry. I mean, like, this is definitely not the trendy berry fruity note, so I hope it's gonna be there. Maybe not as noticeable as cherry, because this is a cherry fragrance, but anyway, strawberry. I was really excited to see it in there. Then in the base we have beautiful notes: vanilla, sandalwood, tonka, and vetiver. So I hope it's gonna be like a boozy, sweet, delicious cherry fragrance with some delicate sweetness, not too gourmand. I want it to be more boozy with like this beautiful rosiness in the background. And it sounds just so good that I really want to blind buy it. I believe it's a Polish brand. Let me know if you're familiar with it, but there is another new launch from them, and it is called Wild Carrot Oud. And you guys, like, I'm a big sucker for carrots. I don't know why, but they always attract me. I don't know why, probably some psychological thing, let me know. But I just love the color of them, because orange is always so fun. I find that the taste is unique, and even sometimes carrot is very interesting in perfume. So this fragrance doesn't necessarily seem to be like right up my alley as the previous one, because there are a couple of notes that I'm not very comfortable with. But anyway, just because of the carrot and the oud, I would just love to smell how this combination of notes smells like, because there is carrot, bergamot, and cinnamon in the top, agarwood, cedar, and tobacco in the heart, with earthen, leather, and styrex in the base. So earthiness is something that I'm not comfortable with, something that I am not attracted to in perfumery, and also I'm not the biggest fan of, no, the rest is fine. So yeah, anyway, these 2 new releases from Boho Boko sound like something different, something unusual, and this is what I love when perfumery, just experiences new combination of notes, new, like fun, just fun accords, like carrot or, I don't know, booziness. And this is gonna be probably like an earthy oud with some vegetal element. But talking about oud, the minute I saw that Zara, you don't shy away from correcting me in the comments, okay? Launched a collection of 4 oud fragrances, and literally I learned about them not online, not from a review, but in the shop. Like, I came in there was a perfume stand, and I was like, immediately, there is something new. I literally saw these bottles from far away and just like realized that they are new and not like the previous exclusive editions, like in these very beautiful bottles, because the colors were different. So literally on Saturday, before the shop closed, I went in to check if there is anything new. Nothing was there, and on Monday after work there was this oud for some, and guess what? I got 2. I need to get the rest and then I'll be back with my review. So oud seems to be like a trendy note at the moment. It's making a comeback, but it sort of never left. Anyway, let me know if oud was out for a while or it just wasn't as popular, but because of Boho Boko's release with, you know, oud, of Zara's like 4 oud based fragrances, and this next one, I think it's gonna be like back again. And I'm talking about perfume by Mancera that is called Jasmine Exclusive, and apparently it's like the play of jasmine with oud. Of course there are other notes like spices, patchouli, labdanum, lathe, vanilla, sandalwood, but I guess the focus is gonna be on jasmine and oud and how they're contrasting and at the same time completing each other. I don't know how it's gonna smell. The juice is really rich and, you know, like on the darker side, so I guess this is gonna be like a heavier fragrance from them, which is not a bad thing, not a bad thing. And once again, jasmine is not necessarily, you know, the fragrance, the note that I would be like, yes, I know that I love jasmine in any shape or form, I can't blind buy it, blah blah blah. No, with jasmines I'm like careful, okay, I can like it, I can hate it, let's see. But I think that this is gonna be a nice one because the notes sound pretty interesting as well, but not as interesting as the fragrance that has just appeared online. And talking about Mancera, of course I need to mention Montal because they kind of go together for me. And there, what's the name of it? It has such a funny name, Fantastic Basilic. You guys, it's like the fragrance I will blind buy the first from today's list because the notes, isn't it the most like refreshing notes combo you've heard in a while? Listen to this. There is, of course, the basil with pear and kumquat in the top. There is floral heart, and I love that this floral heart is not made of jasmine, for example, but frangipani and tuberose. Oh my god! Will this fragrance take us on vacation? I hope so, because those are really sunny and summery floral notes. And in the base there is benzoin and tonkamin, so it's probably going to be powdery and sweet. But I think because of the kumquat, pear and of course basil, it's going to be something juicy, it's going to be something yummy, something aromatic, and at the same time, you know, not in the masculine style, not necessarily on the, you know, medicinal side, which I'm not craving at the moment, nor in general. But anyway, I think I will blind buy it. Maybe I will go to Ixons and first check it out. But are you excited for this one? I think like it sounds so good. Although they should have released it in a green bottle. I'm not sure if Montal has ever created fragrance in a green bottle or with a gradient effect, but I think that would be actually so appropriate for this particular one, because when I think about basil in perfumery or in general, I think green, and I can be really, you know, targeted towards fragrances that sound like they look, or, you know, like when there is correlation in the name and the look. Let me know if you understand what I am talking about and if you're the same. But yeah, it comes in their typical silver bottle. It's a little bit boring. I think they should add a green touch to it. But anyway, let's move on. I have just seen 2 new releases from Tiziana Terenzi. One of them that is called Libra, reminded of Libra, is actually the one I would prefer between these two. So there is a bunch of citruses in the top with Bulgarian rose and tuberose, and in the middle there is jasmine. Once again, jasmine is literally everywhere, but there is also orris and ambergris. And if I'm not wrong, I don't have a fragrance in my collection that would have those 2 notes, or at least in which they would be main players. And I hope that that's going to be the case with this one, because there are also many base notes, vanilla musk, benzoin, oak musk, patchouli. So it's like a typical release from Terenzi. A lot of the notes, and you can't really make a picture just judging by them without smelling a fragrance first, because there can be, you know, like the main note of orris or ambergris. At the same time, it can end up being like a total jasmine bomb. So we'll see. And once again, from these 2 new launches, I think that I will like Libra which reminds me of Libra by Saint Laurent because of name, more than Leo, although this is definitely the name that I prefer because it is dear to my heart. But anyway, there are a lot of citruses in the opening: mandarin, bergamot, kumquat, orange, flowers in the middle, and just like base notes. So it sounds fine and it might actually smell pretty nice, but once again, I need to smell it first. But you know, Terenci never launches like a bad perfume, so probably this is gonna be just fine. Also, the bottles are not new. They come in these white flacons, you know, and they are just pretty, but I want to see maybe like a change in the design, maybe like exploring a new color or something. But anyway, talking about nothing new, let's talk about Miss Dior Rose Essence. And oh my god, I don't know when this insane amount of Miss Dior's flankers is gonna stop, but it needs to stop. And hopefully this is the last one. And actually, I've heard a few feedbacks on it and doesn't sound bad. At least I got interested, although when I'm looking at the notes I'm like, pass. There's geranium, which is always too masculine for me. It's like a masculine rose for me. There are green notes, so I think that, you know, green, metallic, weird heart of geranium is going to be even pushed by them. Of course, there is the rose in the heart, and I just hope, fingers crossed, that the rose is going to be actually more dominant than the geranium. But since it's like rose essence, probably is gonna be like you know, like just like a rose water, just like a spritz of rose I don't know, essence. It's exciting and it can be good, but I'm not sure. However, you guys, I just know, like sometimes I'm like, okay, there is a chance it's not gonna be end up my type of fragrance, but I know that this one, and oh my god, when I saw it, I literally took a picture and sent it to Renier because he released a flanker, and this is the flanker that I'm excited about, of his perfume Kisses Rain, that I have something over here, and if you know it, it's like an amazing rich cardamom powdery almond fragrance with coffee, with it's delicious and mouth-watering. If you didn't know that perfume, you need at least to sample it, and you can get it from Aquasen Natural. Also, I have a discount for you. But anyway, this is Kisses Rain Labios Rotos, and I'm really excited for it. I don't know where is going to be the change between them, but I really want to smell it. And I also want to smell perfume by the brand Gautai that is called Folie du Soir. Folie du Soir. Sorry, over my French. Excuse me for my French. But there is rose pepper, there is leather with rose, cacao and myrrh. And I really hope that there is going to be a balance between all the notes, because each of them is amazing. And if there is not going to be, you know, like more of one, less of another, if it's going to be like the perfect balance, it's going to be great, because it's going to be like a rich, maybe animalic, spicy, but at the same time fragrance with a sweet touch. So this one sounded definitely very exciting to me, and I want to end this video on the very light and ethereal and fluffy note. At least this is how the fragrance Cotton Flower by Shane Blue sounds to me, because first of all there is note of the cotton flower, then we have iris and cashmere wood, and I'm going through like this iris obsession at the moment. If you can recommend me a great iris perfume, please do so. But I think it's going to be on this clean powdery side because of the cotton flower, and because of cashmere is going to be, you know, like sheer and very simple in the dry down. So this is also the one that I would be like, ooh, since I'm so into iris at the moment, maybe I should buy it, but I need to slow down, because, you know, there are so many new releases that are literally, you know, getting launched every day. So I don't know if we can keep up, if we need to. At least I'm here to inform you about them. So please let me know if you've heard of something new and exciting that has been launched in perfumery that you're looking forward to smell. Maybe you're interested in some of the mentioned fragrances at the moment. Please drop me a comment down below with any kind of feedback, because that way this video will get out there, and your thumbs up, maybe you don't realize that, but they help a lot too, just as your subscription, just as like your donation that you can do on Buy Me Coffee website. Just check out the description box down below for all the helpful information, and also where you can find me on social media so we can stay in touch. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this pretty long list, and make sure to stay tuned and smell good, because we'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys!